segment of the program, and this morning we are discussing first political parties matter. The All Progressives Congress (APC) has actually begun membership registration all over Nigeria, and the state is not left out. This morning on the program, we want to we want to create more enlightenment for members of the party across the state on how to go about the registration, what to do, and what not to do. We have in the studio this morning to do all this the publicity secretary of the party in the state, who is also chairman of the board of the state television. Good morning,
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
We'd like you to tell the world what is even the essence of the membership registration in the first instance.
Thank you very much. That's a very good question because a lot of people have also asked. You cannot become a member of a political party if you are not registered, if you are not a card-carrying member. And your membership, having the card of that party, having your name on the register, qualifies you to be voted for or to vote in the internal electoral processes of that political party. That means you want to do Congress, you want to do primaries for elective positions, you can contest, and you can also vote for contestants. That is one. Two, this is not the first registration of members that the All Progressive Congress is going to have since its establishment or since being founded, but this seems to be the second. We realize that membership registration should be continuous. That is why on this note it is said membership registration and revalidation. You understand? So members who have been registered will only go to their polling units to revalidate their names on that register. Possibly there are a lot of things could have changed, phone numbers could have changed, and all sort of particulars requested. For new ones, they will still have to go and put down their names because, and we say that there are some of the reasons that we feel that the party at headquarters felt that this should be done. First, between the last membership registration and now, I think 2014 and now, a lot of Nigerians have attained the age of age 18, which qualifies them to be members of the political party. A lot of them have shown interest in the party, and they have to be given opportunity. Secondly, after the last general elections of the president, National Assembly member, 2019 election, a lot of people from other political parties have moved into APC. For example, in Ogun State, January 14, 2020, we had the rally where juggernauts in different political parties in Ogun State, former deputy governors of PDP, some senatorial candidates, gubernatorial. We had Boyega Nasiru Isaka moved into APC with his followers. We had Alhaji Salmot Badru, we had people from SDP, from Labour Party. In order to demonstrate equity, in order to give sense of belonging, these people will also have to be registered as members of APC so that they can also further their political aspirations, if any. Then we also feel that this registration also gives opportunity to the youth. We have what we call the Sorosoke generation, and we feel that your political activism should not be on the internet, on the social media alone, because if you want to change the situation, if you want to better the system, you have to actively participate. Of course, it's good to be on social media to mobilize, to comment and things like that, But the youth should all actually participate in the political process of their country. Presently now we don't have independent candidacy, and the way you can do it is to join party politics, and they will not be doing anything that is so strange or new. From our political history, how old was Chief Obafemi Awolowo when he was in AG? How old was late Chief Enahoro? Late Bola Ige was 26 years old when he was the secretary or acting policy secretary of the AG. You know, these people who led Nigerian movement, people like Nnamdi Azikiwe, they were very young when they took over the struggle for nationalism for independence of this country, the nationalism struggle. After that, they formed political parties. You know, so the youth should take that advantage to participate actively in political process, and they have to do that starting from membership of political parties. So that is one of the reasons we felt that as the ruling party in Nigeria, in Ogun State, as we move towards the next general election, it is good to bring in new people, to bring in even old people from other members who have joined us, to update our records and get them prepared for the coming electoral processes.
Now, from your submission, you have actually done justice to some of the opinions raised by those who are against this registration and invalidation at the APC or the APC. But some are also saying that the timing may actually not be right. In terms of the fact we know that things are hard, the economy is not smiling, and then the party is going to be spending so much to really conduct exercise nationwide. And then we all know what we have at hand, COVID-19. Asking people to go out to their polling units, to go and line up, to register. We are encouraging crowds when we, in the first place, are trying to discourage crowds from gathering. So what's your thoughts? Maybe this is actually coming after vaccination against COVID-19. Maybe
those fears are genuine. Those fears are very genuine, and as a party, we are not unconcerned. You know, first on the issue of gathering and COVID-19, we must clarify that membership registration is not rally. It's different from political rally. It's different from voting on an election day. And this registration is going to happen at the polling booth. So the number of people at the polling units are reduced. For example, in my own ward, we had we have 15 polling units. And you cannot leave your unit to go to another unit to vote. So the numbers in wards, the numbers of people at that polling booth is reduced. Secondly, even by INEC standard, when a polling unit is more than, I'm talking of actual registration for voting now, for elections. When a number in the polling unit, when the number of registered voters is more than 500, INEC will break it. And that is for general voters for general elections. We are not political party. And you know that all of us in political parties, all the parties put together, all the membership of the parties put together is not up to 10% of voters. You know, so it's not something that you are going to have a lot of people. Then it is also spaced. It's going to happen for 2 months. For 2 weeks. It's not like election that you are going to have it in a day or rally or people going. No. So that notwithstanding, in all the campaigns, in all the campaign materials, flyers, and what have you, we continue to insist on the strict observance of COVID-19 protocols. And if you want to talk about somebody, you can call ambassador of insistence on COVID-19 protocols. It's the governor of Ogun State. he has been so uncompromising, he has been so clear that these protocols will have to be maintained in the interest of our people. On the issue of funding, of course there has to be some elements of funding in terms of printing of materials and logistics, but it's not as expensive as what people think. It's not as expensive as campaigns. It's not as expensive as preparing for actual election. For example, members of the party at the polling booth are expected to just go there and put your name. There's no need to campaign for anybody. Old members will just go and validate. So it's not as that expensive. And if you look at the benefits the party will have in terms of updated register, in terms of having the contacts of members, in terms of trying to say we were so figure in 2014, this is the number of our members in 2021. At the end of the day, the inherent benefits are much more than the finance, and it reduced the funding to insignificance.
Before we talk about the modalities that this registration would actually take, let us look at, some top APC chieftains, national chieftains, have actually also disagreed with this exercise. What does the APC constitution say concerning the timing of registration and revalidation? Because one argument also is that the last one was conducted 2014, less than 10 years, and in no place do you have registration of such magnitude or even census in less than a decade. It has to be within a long time before you have registration of such.
Yeah.
So is the party's constitution saying anything concerning?
Okay, I think those are two questions combined. So the first one is talking about some APC leaders opposing the registration. I'm not aware of some APC leaders opposing the registration. I'm aware of one or two people who are our very, very referred, well-respected national leaders. In fact, I'm aware of only one, which is Baba Akonde, our father, our leader, who has contributed a lot for the sustenance, for the birth and sustenance of the party. And we owe him a lot of respect. But what I must tell you is that is the beauty of democracy. That is the beauty of APC. You allow people to vent their views, to of joined your party. Are you going to make him cardless? Because when they don't have that card, they believe they are not members of the party, and that is the truth. Somebody like Alhaja Salma Badru, former deputy governor, as another leaders have joined your party from their former parties. Are you going to make them cardless? Are you not going to, and APC as a party has said that those who joined about a year ago have been given waivers that they can contest. But you cannot contest or present yourself for elections if you don't have that. You have to look at that. So whilst our leader may have one or two issues or points against it. There are other over, and it is the majority that actually believe that we should have it. Secondly, you talked about the constitution of the party. You asked about the constitution of the party. I want to tell you that there is any the political parties, one party, and that one party is at. So when you talk of APC in Ogun State, there is nothing like APC in Ogun State. APC in Abuja. There is nothing like PDP in Ogun State. According to the even according to the electoral law, you only have one PDP in Abuja, one ADC. That is number one. Number two, we have organs of the party in APC as you have in other political parties. In APC, we have what we call the National Working Committee of the party that consists of elected officers at the national level, state chairmen, and what have you. Then, up and above that, the National Executive Committee of the party, which is the highest decision-making body, and whose meeting is presided over by the president. We have the chairman of the state chapters. We have governors. We have presidents of the senators. The speaker of the House of Reps sits in the neck, and the Senate president. That is the highest decision. And whatever decision that body takes is the final. And I know that the constitution of the party empowers and allows NEC to take certain decisions in the interest of the progress, development, and cohesion and administration of the party. So this was a decision by NEC, registration and revalidation. It was also, even the committee in charge, the National Caretaker Committee, Convention Committee that we have now, was approved by the National Executive Council of the party. So the exercise is constitutional as far as the APC is concerned.
Some people have also said that it's a free-for-all, that APC is allowing everybody to come inside the balls, and the party is not actually checking their credibility. Isn't that an erosion of the ideologies and the values of the party? You know, internal ideologies and the values of the party. Is it just about populating the party, increasing the population, all of that? That's criticism of some people too.
Yes, yes. You see, when it comes to a political party, it is different from a pressure group. You know, a pressure group like NSC, like OGT Fishapo, just wants to come together for the interest of their members, you know, to protect and enhance and promote. Political party wants to push agenda, ideologies to seek power. NUJ, OGTV doesn't want to take over the powers of Ogun State government. But political parties in Ogun State want to take over the governor's office. You know, so there is a basic difference in the final aim of a pressure group and a political party. And as at now, in Nigeria, we are yet, though it would have been desirable, and we believe we have it as we go along, as at now in Nigeria, we don't have independent candidacy. So you can't just come up and say, I'm Tunde Olatunji, I want to run for office. You must be a member of a political party. You know, and you cannot shut the door of a political party to anybody who is interested in joining, except where it is stated that the person is not of a sound mind, is bankrupt. You can't use it against him until the person decides to stand for election. They can say, our party, our electoral law say that if you are bankrupt, you cannot stand. Then, or maybe the person has joined the membership dues. So that means the person is not a financial member, is not qualified to contest, though it could be qualified to vote, you know. So the exercise is, you have to keep your doors open. And for example, in Ogun State, even across the federation, it's been stated that anyone that is up to 18 years of age that presents himself or herself for registration must be registered. We had a meeting yesterday locally with our coordinators and said, under no account must anybody be denied registration. Under no account. Whether the person is in APM or APMC or APCM or whatever. As long as that person has presented himself for registration, has come with the required 2 passports for registration, has said that this is, even if you are from another state and you are in Ogun State and say this is the booth that closest to my house, this is where I want to vote, you are qualified to register. What we will not accept, according to the guidelines of this exercise, is registration by proxy. That one will not be allowed by anybody. Sorry, let me just run my thought on that. Okay. If you present somebody from you are scoring an own goal against yourself, because you need more members for mobilization, for rallies and what have you. And it is said that the more the merrier. And that is what even the governor of Ogun State has said, that the more the merrier. Let everybody be registered. No discrimination. Because if you say this is from one party or this is from another tendency, there are people who are not even who have not been members of any political parties at all. Like the youth that are just attaining 18 and they will come for the registration.
Now, since this will be happening at the polling booths, it shows that the party officials will definitely know. I mean, they can be sure of the identity of a lot of persons that will be coming to register with them.
Yes.
Now, what if somebody, they know that this person is the card-carrying member of another party, another political party, and if the person comes, are you saying that that person will also be registered?
It shows that the man has abandoned his party. The card he was holding before has expired. In this state, we witnessed a few years ago where a former president brought out a card of a political party, I don't want to mention the name now, and tore it before cameras. So if it's like what you say, the card is like bread. You get a card bread, Molapo. You know, when you have bread in your pocket and it's raining, it's expired. You know, all these people have mentioned, all the juggernautes in Ogun State have mentioned across Ogun State that have joined APC. They will have membership card, the membership card of their former parties. Some will not destroy it, they will keep it for record purpose. But immediately they take on the membership of another party with the card, previous card, membership card of the other party they have, has expired.
As you are closing this interview, so what is the process now? What happened today? What will happen tomorrow?
Thank you very much. We have been running because there are guidelines. Tomorrow, actual registration will happen across the 36 states of the Federation and FCT, Ogun State inclusive. We've had the inauguration of membership of committees at the state level, at the federal level, then state level. Even there are other subcommittees. For example, the governor of Ogun State is a member of the mobilization committee at the national level. Then from that, we have come to distribution of registration materials, you know. And today, Tuesday 2nd to Tuesday 16th February is the phase 1. We are going to have commencement of registration exercise, you know. After that, from Wednesday 7th, there will be sorting out of consideration of appeal and complaints, because they are also appeal committee. If you want to register and somebody prevents you from registering, there's a committee you can complain to look at it. We have enough materials. If somebody decides to, if a form, for example, is damaged, you don't throw it away. You have to account for every form. and if you need more form, if you need replacement, it will be done. So it is an exercise that has been carefully conceived, and after this process they are going to paste the list of members in polling unit for people to go and see there is my name be properly and correctly registered, and so on and so forth.
So all this will happen in the next 2 weeks.
Sure.
And then after that, the APC can safely say, yeah, we have revalidated all names, and then we have registered.
Yes, in fact, what we expect is that at the end of the exercise, APC will have the largest number of members ever registered in the history of party politics in Nigeria. But I also know that even after that, because members have suggested, our leaders, we are even saying that even after this exercise, they should make membership registration continuous. That means even after this exercise, next year after, somebody is interested, they should and register, so that it will not be like after 5 years we still have to bring everybody together and say we want to do the validation. So we are improving, and we are also employing the use of modern technology.
We want to thank you so much for coming on the program this morning. We'll be having in the studio the Publicity Secretary of All Progressives Congress in Ogun State, Comrade Tunde Oladipo, who is also the board chairman of OGTV, talk to us about the registration of and revalidation of membership of the party, which is going to happen in the next 2 weeks. We'll keep you posted on this on the People's Tele OGTV 25812. Thanks more for watching this segment of the program. We'll take a break now. Program shortly.
This is what happens when we elect public servants and don't tell them what to do for us. Voting is not the end. It is just the beginning.
Airtel is saying thank you to all loyal customers in the Airtel Thanks Cash Token Rewards. Each subscriber stands a chance to win. To opt in, dial *479# and follow the prompts. To qualify, simply recharge your Airtel number. Each cash token gets you an 8 Naira instant cashback, plus a chance to win up to 100 million Naira weekly in the National Cash Token Draw, showing every Saturday by 9:30 p.m. on AIT and 8 p.m. on Pop Central DSTV channel 189. All transactions done on *479# are rewarded with more cash tokens, and you can also check your cash token balance via the same code. Only loyal customers of the smartphone network are entitled to the Airtel Cash Token Reward. For more information, simply dial *479# or visit www.airtelthanks.ng. Terms and conditions apply.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Fellow Nigerians, do you know that are actually your projects? Do you know that constituency projects are funded by the federal government? Do you know that you can track release of constituency project funds for projects